Hello there assassins, welcome back to another Wheel Assassin guide. I am here on my city tutorial world, but I actually have another Minecraft survival tutorial for you. This is how to build my toadstool Minecraft survival house here. I guess you could say this is kind of like a fairy house as well. A little cottage, it's got some cottage core in there. And it is a very tranquil little build. Now I must thank my friend Rose because she has an entire world dedicated to mushroom tutorials, and I was really inspired by it, and I ended up building this on her world, and I decided to take photos of it and then build it on my own console to teach you guys. So here we are. I'm going to give you the grand tour. We have of course this lovely little platform, plinth if you will, like a little kind of hilltop that this can sit on in your world, in the overworld. You've got of course the red mushroom up the top there, these kind of logs sticking through the very base root of our mushroom house, these lanterns on all three sides, and then we have this bell on the front for your doorbell. And if we come on inside of this mushroom, we'll shut the door to keep the draft out. We've got a little lobby here with your fish, your clock, and another fish up there. A little bit of storage for your items, for two of your sets of items. And if you come down here into the basement, you've got some more barrels for your objects, and you've got a bunch of furnaces down here, so you can do your smelting without it kind of smelling out your lovely, cozy cottage interior. So here up in the top, in the mushroom itself, we have ourselves a little seat next to my fox bingo. We have ourselves a broken record above a jukebox, and this is kind of the reading nook sort of area. So you've got yourself your enchantment table, you've got some note blocks around here, you've got some of your foes' heads on the walls, and of course some more bookshelves you can actually put books in. We've got your elytra wings up on the top, we've got a skylight on the very top to let as much light seep through as possible. We've got your favourite armour on the stand over there with your mace in hand ready for battles ahead. We also have a cake, which is an absolute necessity in any cottage, right next to maybe a pot and pan kind of dangling over the campfire just here, which again doubles up as another cooking station. You have your crafting table in the corner there as well. Of course you need that, it's essential. Then we have ourselves a little sink over here with Mr. Shrooms up in the corner. He's looking very cute. He's strapped in, ready to go. You know, he's just there for, well, infinite mushroom stew, aren't you, buddy? He likes it there, don't worry, he's not forced there. Anyways, we have an anvil, we have ourselves this little mushroom decor, and then of course all the mushrooms up the back of your little armchair here next to bingo. So yeah, this is the entire mushroom. It is very, very chill. I loved building it, and it was an absolute honour to rebuild it again, and hopefully get this into your guys' worlds as well. But look how it sits amongst the trees that I've placed around it. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's get some materials and make a start on this little house. Ready, Mr. Shrooms? He's ready. Let's do this. Okay then assassins, to get started with today's tutorial, this sort of fairy mushroom cottage we'll call it, we're going to need some oak wood, some spruce trapdoors, we want some spruce stairs as well, a grass block, some short grass, a bush, an oak log, a bell, and a mangrove trapdoor. Now if you're on a survival world already, on the overworld where it's nice and bumpy, you've got your own unique seed, then you might not need this grass block or any of the other materials for terrain. You can just build wherever you like and kind of just start when I start placing the wood. But it does help to have some stairs, and I really think the stairs add a lot more to this build, so feel free to grab these too. So for those of us on a super flat or a clear sort of plains area, we want to take ourselves some stairs firstly. We're going to stick ourselves 3 stairs down on 4 sides. We're going to go with 1, and we'll actually take ourselves grass blocks behind that one, and then we'll do 2, so we can go 1, 2. So 3 stairs like so. We're then going to take oak wood down the side of the stairs, like this. Now it might help to actually do these kind of placed up like this, so the direction is always the same, but it's up to you, like so. And once you've got 1 down, it's really easy to get to the next one and then the next one after that. We're going to go with 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, just like so. And then we do 3 diagonally ones, 1, 2, 2, 3, obviously stacked for 2. And then this will be a corner up on the top worth 3 blocks in height. And then we come back round to another staircase over here. So oak wood again for those 3 lots. Make sure to leave a 1 block gap for your staircase, of course. And then you take your grass for some elevation for your spruce steps of 3 just in there. And then we'll do again our grass coming around. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And remember, yep, is that right? Oh, one more. 1 just there, like so. You can always tell because you should have these 3 rivets. And then we'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then again, our oak wood. And you should be starting to get the hang of this, but if you're not, that's okay. There we go. Let's do our grass at the back first. Make sure to leave the inner part hollow because this will help you out when you build your basement. Then we'll build 3 stairs up like so. And then for the final side, or final staircase, and then obviously getting around to the final side, 2, 2, 2, and 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then of course our oak wood once again. Just make sure this is nice and nice and parallel to the other side. And it is running really nice and straight, which is awesome. Then we do our grass back here, like so. And then again with our grass round for this final bit of the verge. And then 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Up like so. And you should have this platform here for your root of your mushroom, just there. That looks awesome. Now what we can do is actually take ourselves the spruce trapdoors and build a railing for each of our 4 staircases. And we just place these on the oak but flipped up toward the stairs. And we do this on all 4 to ensure that no one falls down the stairs and sues us, basically. Like this. There we go. Awesome, and then the final side. Wonderful, that looks awesome. Okay, and if you want to go ahead and take some time to add a little bit of like foliage to your hills and things, I recommend just kind of scattering some grass around on some of these. Maybe 3 on each looks the best, because then you don't overdo it, but you do enough to make it look like it's nice and natural, and then you can add in the odd bush here and there if you want to, but it's up to you. Don't have to add these in if you don't want to, but I think adding these just occasionally looks really cool. We don't want it to be too messy though, so keep that in mind. That looks awesome though, that's lovely. The next thing we want to do is actually take ourselves the oak wood and the oak logs, and we're going to go down here. This 3, this one, and this one are not going to be part of the basement. It's only going to be this 9 block radius, and then we dig under into the walls a little bit for the rest. So you can actually use these 4 sides to actually build some of the foundation a little bit, which is helpful. So we'll take ourselves the oak logs, and we'll build upwards here, exceeding our trapdoor. So we go 1, 2, and we'll do a 3rd one up like so. We'll do it again here, and of course around the corners for each and every staircase. They each have something that looks like a doorway without a door. Just like so. Oops. Let's put the bush back there. And then here as well. Awesome. So we should have this sort of thing just here. And now we can take ourselves a block over the top. And we do this on all of them, even if the back one isn't going to be a door frame. And of course we know that because of course there's only 3 doors on my original build. And of course that front one has the bell and the back one is just a normal pillar like the rest of these door frames. So decide which side you want your first sort of door to be, your main door. I'm going to go with this side and put my bell here. And so the back, I'm going to ensure that this staircase goes to nowhere. It's just going to be like that. On my original prototype of this build, I actually built like a little sort of seat up here, just using a stair a bit further up, so like 1 block up, all of these stairs. So it's actually going to be like 4 stairs in total, like this. And then you can have that top one as like a seat if you want to, and then maybe make these into bookshelves. Up to you, but I think it looks good either way, even if you leave it off. But yeah, good stuff. And then we'll take ourselves the oak logs again. I'm going to place my first one here, 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 and here. And then I'm going to build out on all of these, just by 2 blocks, I believe. just 2 blocks forward over the staircase kind of area, like so. Awesome, and it's going to hold up obviously our big mushroom on top. Let's take mangrove trapdoors folded down on each of these, just so they don't show the sort of hollow part of the log there the whole way around, but just in the middle. And that is good to go. Okay, I think that's all the materials we can use here, so let's go ahead and grab some more and get back to it. So next we're going to take ourselves a spruce door. We want a red mushroom block, a glass pane, some spruce planks, some spruce slabs as well, a spruce log, some dark oak stairs, some mangrove wood, and some normal glass blocks as well. First things first, we want to be able to place our doors down. We're going to take ourselves the mangrove wood, and we're going to make sure that we have a floor in here so we can actually stand on this flooring. So we'll take 3 blocks on both sides like so, and then spin around to your front door and add in 3, leaving this 1 block gap for your basement. Let's take another one here and another one here, and then this allows us to take ourselves the doors. You can do these just in line with the actual oak wood like so, or if you prefer, you can actually go in like this, and this is how it will look on the outside. Personally, I think that looks really cute. I think it looks much better than this one, where it's kind of like quite abrupt and in your face. But then of course you leave yourself with like very flush walls on the inside. But if you prefer that, then please feel free to do that. So there we go, looking good. Now if we go back onto the inside, we can count up from the ground 3 blocks, 1, 2 and 3. Now we've only just placed those, so that's actually perfect. So we'll go into this gap here, and we'll leave the same gap we've left on the floor below for that ladder, but we'll instead fill over these blocks just in here in our lobby like that. So that's all ready to go for the flooring. Now we're going to come to the outside, and we're going to do some of our mushrooming so we can actually make this into a mushroom house. So what's important to do here is take ourselves the red mushroom block, of course. We want to go 2, 2 and 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, and continue all the way around to that side. That looks awesome. So you've got this sort of like 3 diagonal just going that way. What I'm going to do then is take myself 3 over my beams that I've made previously with these big kind of thick branches. So 3 on all 4 sides like so, and it starts to look like a big UFO, which is perfect. Then we'll take another 1, 2 blocks up on each side of our 3 that we've made, like that. And then we'll take glass panes in the middle of this to make ourselves the 4 windows. And I think light is really important for this build. It really makes all the difference, which is amazing. And then we'll go diagonally off from this central one for 2, knock out the central one, and again we'll do this on all sides. There should be 4 of these. We'll build these up to the 3 as well, so we can go in line with the previous walls for the windows, like so. And then what we'll do is take ourselves the spruce planks. We'll place our first one on top of this one here. Actually, we'll go ahead and do an entire outline. So we'll do an entire outline over the windows and on top of all the blocks that we've previously placed, just like so. And then we want to take ourselves like a little overhang for each window. So we're giving it a little cover just in case it rains. We'll do 1 slab here and then 2 down. And then we'll follow this pattern around the corner before getting to the other window where we do that one in the middle. And again, and again, and back round to the front. Now we can see the pattern for this roof, which is very helpful. So now if we go up a little bit further, we know that this one is going to keep going up until it reaches the skylight. So we can build the slab in the middle, and then what we can do is place a block behind it, because we know that's all obviously going to be a block in its width, because it goes up to that next part. Now there's going to be 4 lots of these different things before going into the window. So we've got 3 already, so we're almost there. So if we do a slab now, we should be at the skylight, and this will really help us to determine where we stop with this roof. So if we go with ourselves 5 blocks in total with our glass like so, we'll take our spruce slabs and we'll add in these corners, and then we'll add in where these blocks should be. So So they should be on the diagonals, of course. And then here as well. And of course this side. Just 2 like so. And you should be left with 3 gaps just like so. And these are for the slabs, of course. Just like this. Awesome. And then one final detail for the exterior of our house before we actually complete the exterior is we'll go to this back right corner from where we put our bell. So my bell is here. I'm going to go right to this back corner and I'm going to go down to this line of my skylight, this one here. I'm going to jump down to this one, so it's on the diagonal, jump down this one, and this is where I want to place it, on this mushroom block just over here. There's a reason we do this, and that's of course to match up with the kitchen that goes in the interior. So for my actual chimney here, I'm going to go ahead and place myself a block just here like so. I will want to do myself another block of my spruce, a dark oak stair, an upside down one just over this way, a normal one again, and then we want to grab ourselves a flower pot, swapping out our spruce wood for that flower pot. If you can find it, hopefully you guys can beat me to it. Here it is. And we plonk that on top for a little chimney. And if you add some cobwebs, it can really look like smoke, as I've done on my original build. So I'm going to do that over here as well. Whilst we're here, we may as well get it done. And then we can call the exterior all the way completed. Now, make sure you determine which way your wind is going to be blowing. I'm going to go to the back, sort of right. So I'm going to build a basic shape, just like this. I want a maximum height of around 4 blocks from my actual plant pot. And then I can go a bit more crazy with the amount of smoke that's actually coming out of my chimney. So it doesn't have to be nice and neat. It can be really, really scrappy, really messy, and a big plume of smoke, just like so. And I think that adds all the difference. It looks really nice. So yeah, that is the exterior of the mushroom house done. It is that simple. So if you want to go ahead and take it from here and go ahead and furnish this for yourself, please feel free. And let me know in the comments below what you get up to. And if you want to drop some photos on our Discord server, the Assassin Hood, check out the description below. And yeah, do so. But if you want to stay tuned for the interior that I've built, then please feel free to do that too. So let's get some more materials and make a start. So to absolutely decorate the hell out of this build, we are going to take ourselves some mossy stone bricks. We want some stone buttons, some leaf litter, which is a lovely new material. We're going to take some mossy cobblestone, a lantern, a ladder, mangrove stairs, a chest, and some weeping vines as well. We're going to start by taking ourselves the mossy stone bricks and the mossy cobblestone and build little pathways from our staircases. So we're just going to do like a little simple sort of diagonal thing, just like that. And every now and again, place a little bit of cobblestone, just like this. I think it looks really cool, just adds a little bit of something to it. And we'll do the same over here, or a similar thing. Just like this, maybe. Doesn't have to be like exactly the same as mine, or even anywhere close to mine, but just so you've got a little bit of the pathway kind of going up to your tree just here. So I'm going to do this one a little bit bigger, and just do it like that maybe. So it kind of looks like a little stepping stone kind of path going up to it. Nothing too fancy though. That'll do. It's very weathered away, you know. This is like I said, it's like a fairy kind of cottage. It's really desolate in this forest. And then to add even more detail, we'll stick some stone buttons on some of the blocks. Not all of them, just a few. Just to add in little pebbles, like that. And then over here we'll do the same sort of thing. And then we'll take leaf litter on some of our blocks. Remember, you can actually place up to 4 of these, and I think they look great. And then you can also take yourself maybe a little bit of vines up the side of some of the lower oak blocks. That would look really cool. But yeah, I definitely recommend adding in leaf litter where possible, because I think it adds a lot to the build, especially on the mossy cobblestone, where that doesn't look the greatest, you know. But yeah, that looks really cool. Nice one. I'm happy with that. For the exterior as well, you can also take yourself some of these sort of firefly bushes, the new ones, as you can see I've done here. I've also taken a bunch of bone meal, planted loads of grass, bushes, double grass, and then a bunch of oak and spruce trees to really pack out this forested area. And obviously flowers are a huge detail as well, so feel free, if you want to really put this into a nice setting, if you haven't already got one, those different types of materials really help with that. Let's take ourselves a lantern on each of the 3 sides without a bell, just like that. We'll go inside now and take our ladder. We'll go down here, and this isn't going to be the entire sort of depth of our basement, so we're going to cut out this floor just by an extra layer like so. If we need to do another one, we shall, but I don't think it is. I think that's all good to go. Let's take an oak log, and we'll just go ahead and replace these blocks that are oak back to being oak. Then we can take the ladder all the way from the bottom, going all the way through the lobby area and up into our actual mushroom. Then we want to go ahead and take ourselves back down to the lobby. We're going to take ourselves the chests here, an upside down mangrove stair on both sides, and then we'll do our weeping vine from the ceiling down for 3, like so. Perfect. So we're now going to go down into the basement, and for this basement we want to take ourselves some spruce fences, some oak wood, some lanterns, a furnace, a barrel, a red mushroom, which is actually our first mushroom of the build, weirdly, a flower pot, a clock, and item frames. On the way through we can place an item frame here, here, and here, above the 3 doors, and put a clock in the middle, and a fish of your choice on the other 2. You can maybe mix it up even and put like a weapon on the wall, or maybe a helmet or something like that, but it's up to you. I like using the raw salmon because I think it looks like a bass as well, and I think that just looks like perfect for the aesthetics of this place. It's kind of red and brown, and that's what we're going for. If we jump into the basement, we can take our furnaces firstly, and we're going to place 3 just under the ladder there, another 3 in the middle. You may have to shift or crouch click for this one, then another 3 on this far side, so we have a 9 block floor down here. We'll take a barrel here, here, and here. Then we'll take oak wood going up the side like so, and again over this way. We'll take a lantern here, here, and here, so we have a little bit of light down here, no mobs will spawn, and flower pots on each of the barrels with the red mushroom in like so. A final detail for down here is just adding in some spruce fences as if they were holding up the sort of ceiling above, like so. It looks really cozy now. That is perfect, that's all done. And this section is all done too. So now we're working on the top, where things get really fun. So let's get some more materials and get this sorted. So for our interior, we are going to need some red carpet, some crafting tables, a mangrove fence, a cake, delicious, mangrove trapdoors, an armor stand, a mace, weeping vines, and mangrove slabs. Now what we're going to do is try to place as many of these materials all the way around as possible, but of course some of these may come up again, so just be aware, just in case. I've just realised we do have this block peeking through, but that's very helpful because that shows where the kitchen will be, and that is exactly where it will be, just here. We're going to start just here, but like in front of the ladder. So we're going to go with our crafting table here. We'll do red carpet this way, just around like so. We'll do a mangrove fence here and up here. We'll do ourselves mangrove trapdoors on the 4 sides above the windows. We'll take ourselves our armor stand on top of the crafting table and we'll pose it so that the arms come straight forward like a zombie. If we can. Oh, it was right there. I missed it. Let's see if we can get back there quick. There we go. And then we're going to stick the mace in the hand, just like so. And if you want to choose some armor, please be my guest. I think the netherite looks really nice, so feel free to use that one. Let's go ahead and stick ourselves the first weeping vine. It is going to be on, I think it's the block above the cake, just over here. So let's do 2 of these, just like so, and do our cake on top of the fence, just like that. Awesome. So we have that one in there like so. We're going to go ahead and also build ourselves another 2 of these over this way. They're going to be in the ceiling up here, kind of in line with our skylight. So we're going to do this one in the corner and this one just here. Now this one is growing quite heavily and that one is too. We're going to leave these to grow naturally and see how far they can get throughout this tutorial. Awesome. My tick speed is on 0 by the way, so there we go. Or 1. Probably 1. If it was 0 we wouldn't have anything. Right, that looks good for that section. I'm going to spin around this way and sort of use this first one. I think this is also, no, that's a different one. Okay, so up here in the skylight is another 3, and these ones are going to be 3 from those 2. So we have those 2 like that. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 for these ones as well, like so. Quite a lot of weeping vines in this tutorial, but they look so cool because they're nice and red, and obviously they dangle from the ceiling, making a lot more life in here, which is great. Now behind the ladder, we want to take ourselves 3 red carpet, starting here, and 1 just in the middle of the room there. We'll do another mangrove fence here. We want to go ahead and build ourselves this sort of shelf back here. So we're going to do ourselves our first slab just above where Bingo will be, our fox, or whatever you may want to call your fox. Another just here, another up here, and another just up there as well. And some of these will have plants on and others will not. We also want to go ahead and take ourselves over to the kitchen area and build a sink area by taking some mangrove trapdoors up, just like so you can still place blocks behind here. We also want to go ahead and shift click or crouch click on this space just over here, like so, and fold this up. And this is where we're going to put our mushroom. If you want to stick a slab there for now, so you can place yourself a trapdoor there as well, so that will fold up on the countertop where we'll have our mushroom. Feel free to use yourself a mangrove slab to build a block just in there as well. And this will be covered by an anvil, so don't worry about that. We also want to do ourselves another slab just up here and another slab just there, leaving that whole block space empty for some stairs. Now we did actually use the stairs downstairs, so if you want to grab these from the staircase, you want to go ahead and place these upside down just here, and also 1 here for your seat, like so. Awesome, that will save some hassle for later. We also want to place another slab just in this corner over here, and this one's going to be just around from the crafting table, like so. Perfect, I think that's all the materials we can use here, so let's go ahead and get some more. Okay, so we're going to take ourselves a flower pot, a warped fungus, crimson fungus, a red mushroom once again, some white stained glass pane, red stained glass pane, a mangrove fence, an anvil, and a lever. And if we go back up onto our upper deck, we'll come over to the kitchen. Remember, it's going to be to the, well, when you come up the ladder, it will be on your right, and it's this area over here. We'll take ourselves a lever and we'll fold it down just there. We'll take an anvil just here. We'll take ourselves some of these glass panes just here and here. White one first, red one, and the fence up here. Sorry, I forgot to place that before. Let's do ourselves 3 flower pots over on this this sort of like investigation area, we'll call it, for like sciencey things. So we'll go with a warped fungus down here, the crimson here, and the red up here. And we'll take back our stairs just here and place 1 this way around and 1 this way for our sink. Perfect. That is all for here. Let's now take ourselves a chain, a lantern again, a grindstone, a campfire, a water bucket, an elytra, an item frame, a broken music disc, and a jukebox, of course. Now if we go back up the ladder, we want to go ahead and turn toward the kitchen firstly. We're going to take ourselves a chain from up here. Now there's actually going to be 1 material I'm missing, so we'll come back to this. But we'll take ourselves a campfire down here to start with. Perfect. Let's place ourselves the water in the stairs here for our sink. And if we swap out our water for a dark oak stair, this kind of finishes off the chimney. So if we do this one this way around like so, so it looks like it's feeding up into a pipe, we can do ourselves a chain here, and we can stick ourselves a grindstone underneath this chain. If you can kind of guess where it is beneath the smoke, there you go. It holds off the smoke but also looks really cool and cozy for our setting. Now if we go ahead and take ourselves the chains again, we can do these cool lanterns as well, which also make the cozy vibe even cozier. We do 2, 1, and then we'll do 1 up this way. Lantern, lantern, and a lantern just there. Amazing, you shouldn't be shy of light in here at all, which is great. Then we'll go ahead and take ourselves around to this way. And we want to take ourselves an item frame all the way up here and all the way here. Broken music disc in this one. A light trot on its side just there. Kind of like a memories of the past kind of thing. We'll take ourselves a music box, sorry, a jukebox just there, and take ourselves a mangrove trapdoor back, and we'll fold this up the side of it just to make it look like a little bit of a record stand, kind of there. If we take this anvil, we can also place it back in the corner, and I think that's ready to go for some more materials. Wonderful. We are almost there, assassins. We're going to take ourselves these materials next. We want a chiseled bookshelf, some brown candles, an enchantment table, a piglin head, a bookshelf, a note block, a book of your choice. I've gone with loyalty 3 because I'm going to need it for this fox. A fox egg, and a barrier. And if you don't know how to get these, don't panic. If you open your chats and command window, you click into this text box just here, a / give straight afterwards, space, at S, which will be yourself, as it says there, space again, and it will come up with the materials list. And we want to find barrier, so we just want to type up barrier just there. And once we have our little icon just after the R, we click enter, and this says you have given 1 barrier to yourself. And it doesn't just mean the 1 for those that have never used barriers in your life. This means infinite amounts of barriers. And what these barriers do is it means you can't actually use that block. And if you're in survival mode, these are indestructible. If you're in creative, you can just destroy them, but you can't see them when you're not holding them in your inventory. So they're very, very useful for holding up things, or in this case, trapping foxes in big mushrooms. Let's take our fox spawn egg firstly, and go ahead and name this. I'm going to call it Bingo, just because I like to keep the same theme going with my original. There we go. If I go ahead and place Bingo and lock him in, he can chill just next to my seat. So he's kind of like my lap fox just there, which sounds a bit questionable, I'll be honest now. But he's just there for chilling, you know, vibing next to the jukebox, enjoy some smooth jazz, you know, he's living life. So let's now place a bookshelf here, 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 and here. We'll do a chisel bookshelf here, and 1 here. A note block here, here, and here. Our piglin head will go above this bookshelf just here at a diagonal angle. And we'll place some of these books on top of these chiseled bookshelves, just in random orders. Maybe I'll do all 3 on this one, and just 1 in that corner, like so. Just to make it look lived in, which is mainly important. We'll do our enchanting table just here. Put my weeping vine in the way. There we go. You can see how much these grow. It's crazy, but it's good. And that's perfect. That looks great. And I think that is everything for this little bit. Oh, brown candles. We'll do 3 of these just on this bookshelf over here. And that's perfect. There's one final little fellow we can get in this mushroom, and we don't ask questions as to how he got here. He just spawned in. It is our mushroom friend. So the best thing to do with this one is we don't need the barriers, we don't need any of these materials. Scrap everything. Let's grab ourselves a mushroom egg. You can find these in the inventory, and they are somewhere around here. There he is. Open the anvil just here. Mushroom spawn egg in here. Let's rename this. I'm going to go with Mr. Shrooms. Hell yeah. Mr. Shrooms. Open this trapdoor. Place in Mr. Shrooms. Oh, baby Mr. Shrooms. Okay. Renaming the egg. Junior Shrooms. Okay, I'll get a name tag. You were concerned I was gonna kill him then, weren't you? I saw it, I heard it. You guys thought I was a monster. But I'm gonna get a name tag, and I'm gonna sort this out. Where are the name tags? Okay, here we go. Junior Shrooms. Hell yeah, what a cutie pie. So now you have Junior Shrooms and Bingo in your lovely mushroom kind of cottagecore house here. Don't forget to armor up your armor stand, otherwise it will look a little bit naked in here and not bring the vibe we're looking for. So let's kit this guy out. Hell yeah. Okay, this is what we want. This is the life. Come outside, look at your handiwork, and call it a day. Oh my god, that is beautiful. I would 100% live here in reality as well. This is so cool. But there we go, assassins. That is how to build a fairy mushroom house here in Minecraft. If you guys have enjoyed today's tutorial, please be sure to drop a like on it. That would mean a lot to me, and it would hopefully get this this video recommended to more people out there who are looking for this sort of Minecraft cute kind of cozy little build for their worlds. Like I said, it makes a great survival house. It's got everything you need. It's got so many furnaces. You could actually mine the heavens with this. I don't know if heaven has like cool mines, potentially. I don't know. Anyways, you get the point. It's got a lot of furnaces. It's got everything you need to survive the Minecraft wilderness, and that is important. If you've enjoyed this one and you want to stay tuned for future Minecraft survival tutorials, definitely consider subscribing today. I'm looking at doing more of these survival houses in the future. I had, like I said, so much fun building this one on my friend's world. And again, a big shout out to my friend Rose for inspiring me to build this lovely little house. Shout out to Mr. Shrooms, Junior Shrooms, and Bingo, of course, for making this build even more special. And yeah, guys, if you want to check me out on social media, please feel free as well. All the links are in the description. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay tuned, and I'll see you soon. Take all the best of care, and goodbye for now. Thank you for watching.